Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Sorry about the background noise. I do have the heat on in the garage. It is kind of chilly out today. It's about 6 months ago I bought this pair of boots and I did a video with my first impressions. Now that I have some time on them, we can get into some details and cover a little bit more thoroughly. In this past 6 months though, I do rotate pairs of boots in and out. I am a firm believer in buying a couple pairs of boots. Some older folks will buy two of the same pairs. I typically buy a couple different pairs just because I like to kind of try things out. And I do rotate them every other day. Sometimes I'll have 3 pairs and it'll be every third day. And I do that to let the boot dry out, let the leather dry out. If you ever notice when you put a pair of boots on a boot dryer in the morning, they're nice and snug. That's because the leather is fully drying out. So it does help with the life of the boot if they are dry, if you do let them dry out, from my experiences. So I have not oiled these pair of boots other than the little bit of oil and grease that was a byproduct of being in the garage, but I have not applied any sort of boot specific oil to them. That being said, they are pretty well waterproof. Wearing them in the snow here, I live in the Midwest, several hours in the snow. I am working, I am moving around. I haven't had issues with my feet getting cold and no issues with water getting in. So they do a good job of that. This is a steel toe pair, and I am glad I still got the steel toe. Normally I won't buy steel toe boots because I don't need to, and the extra weight, and sometimes they're not quite as comfortable. So typically I don't buy steel toe. However, this pair seemed to fit better with the steel toe in it, and I haven't had any issues with that. There's no rubbing, there's no chafing. As they break in, there's nothing. There never has been, and even as they're broken in, still no issues. So I'm still happy with that. The leather will stretch out a little bit on them. So if they're a little snug in the width and maybe through the throat in the store, I wouldn't be too concerned with it. However, you don't want to buy a pair of boots that's too uncomfortable. You got to look at a different size then maybe, or a different boot. I did change the insoles. Probably can't see in there, but there's a power step insole in them. I didn't give the insoles that they came with much of a chance. They seemed kind of thin, and I replaced them pretty much right away. The only thing I really have to say negatively about these boots right now is when it gets cold, the sole gets hard. And when it gets hard, it gets slippery. Not so much on asphalt and concrete, but I specifically noticed it when I stepped on a running board in my truck. So different materials, if you're standing on different materials or working on different materials in a colder climate, bear that in mind. That might affect you. However, they are wearing pretty well. So you can see there's a little bit of damage here on the heel, which obviously is to be expected with this kind of wear, and not much in the way of tread wear. So overall, they are wearing pretty well, the soles. And then the leather itself, still soft and supple. No stitching coming apart. There's a couple of nicks and things that's from dropping steel or something on them, but no major issues with them as far as quality or construction is concerned. So would I buy them again? As of right now, yes, I would. They seem to be a pretty good boot. These are kind of my go-to. I usually, every weekend, if I'm working in the garage or working around the house, they're nice just to slip in and go. They're nice for welding. You don't have to worry about burning up laces or things like that. So kind of my go-to, and happy I got them. And I'll keep you guys up to date if there's any issues with them, and then maybe we'll see you in another 6 months. Thanks for watching.